Yes, sir. It's your boy B Hayes. We back with another one, guys. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Before we do that, watch out for spam, WhatsApp in the comments down below. Feel free to join VIP to be alerted whenever we get in and out of plays. Also, get your free stock from down below. Hit me up for a 15-minute, 30-minute phone call full of value, full of gems. Change your whole perspective on the market. So let's go ahead and take a look at it, guys. See what's going on. Share our opinion on AMC and what's going on, how to play it on next week, and what to expect. So for starters, guys, we haven't made any AMC content in a while. Of course, there's no need to just continuously talk about a stock and it ain't doing it. It's continue to get manipulated. They just holding it down, holding it at the $4 or $5 range for this whole entire year, damn near. So, it wasn't nothing to talk about besides, giving people false hope, getting people expectations very high, and then nothing still happens, which anything like what's happening now could happen at any given moment with the pressure and the amount of retail investors that still continuously believing in the stock and holding this stock. If you haven't noticed, guys, I don't think anybody went anywhere. About probably 10% of AMC retail investors probably jumped ship and left and, forgot about it or just said bump it. But more than you realize, people has been still holding this play for 2.5 years now, and it's insane to me. Because on Friday, as a matter of fact, I went and did a little research on AMC right before it took off in after hours because I was watching it. If you notice, this year I had made $10,000 off AMC and options off of like $2,000, putting $2,000 in when it jumped from like $5 to $8 for that little moment, and that's my strategy. That's my key. I love to identify plays right before the huge spike. I don't like to buy option contracts and put them out months ahead, years ahead. I like to wait for that big consolidation period to expire right before it outbursts, then place my position right before the big uptrend. Which Friday, if I would have did it Friday like I was something in was telling me to do, but I got held back and didn't do it, which is okay, because like I tell you guys, whenever we see this happening, we seen AMC jump over 85% on Friday, ended up over 60+%. The volatility, the liquidity is now there, meaning there's going to be a lot of turbulence, up and down swings. And if you have the education, the right knowledge, and the right preparation and know how to only use a small portion of your account, don't go all in, and follow the rules, then you'll be able to possibly capitalize off of all the liquidity and the volatility of AMC, guys. So as we know, things is meme stock frenzy could be heating back up. The people haven't went anywhere. There ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing happened with the stock. Only thing it is the government, the feds, the manipulation of the stock. They know what's happening here. They know what's going on. They do not want nothing that happened in 2020 to reoccur and happen again, for people to come together, put just like the hedge funds is doing, just like the big dogs doing. That's what they do. They talk behind closed doors. They tell each other where they putting their money at. They tag team it and put something in the chokehold, and they all win. They all win that position all together, basically. Like if they was shorting AMC or GME, all them is in cahoots. They talking to one another. They know exactly what they're doing. They all basically in on it. So that's basically what the retail investors were doing, except on a even bigger scale. Like we know, they got more money than the retail investors, right? But whenever you put millions of retail investors combined against 20, 30, 40 hedge funds, individuals, their money and our money start to become, even if their money is still more powerful, you can't deny millions of people with thousands. Some got 1,000, some got 10,000. Even some retail investors got hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you can't compare millions of people and they money combined to about 40, 50 people and they money combined, even though they may still be a little bit more powerful than retail investors with their money, but it brings an even balance. It's going to be like a seesaw effect. So with that being said, guys, we already know the fuckery, the manipulation, all that is definitely still occurring. Like, that's why you have to be smart and very, very meticulous with your funds, with your money. If you not going all in, if you sizing correctly, if you planning correctly, if you're doing all these things, then you're not going to really have too much of always complaining about the manipulation. You're just going to take what the markets give you and go with the flow. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at it and see what's been going on. as we know, I tell you guys, whenever it start making a move like this, they have to come out with some type of news, some type of catalyst, or say a particular thing like, oh, this is why this is doing that, right? And of course, some of the news, some of the catalysts, it be partial of the reason. It helps it out. But 9 times out of 10, more than likely, it was just overdue price action. It was already bound to happen, meaning regardless, it was ready to happen. You can't, when you got that much pressure, over 500,000 people still watching the stock daily, I mean, something got to give. Something got to happen, right? So anyways, if we go ahead and take a look at it, we know the Barbie movie or whatnot, it becomes the one of the 4th largest grossing films in history. They saying that doesn't really have anything to do with it. And I was already building anticipation of like last week, whenever I started hearing the Barbie movie and all that, this and the third, I was like, AMC probably is about to pop again. And it's crazy because it's crazy. I wish I would have went up here and got my options. But I'm not worried about it, guys, because I'm waiting for a nice dip, a panic dip to get these, to scare some people out before the next move back towards 8. And you're going to be able to make a lot of money off options if you time it right, guys, because it's going to be a 20%, 15, 30% swings in between, in my opinion. I believe it's going to happen. So if we go ahead and take a look at it, guys, we know the judge also denies the conversion plan for Ape. That's what also was a major factor in, on Friday, whenever the judge denied that, what also gave AMC that boost. So next week is going to be an amazing week, guys. I can feel it. I believe a lot of people is going to make a lot of money. Especially if you don't try to be greedy and don't try to go all in. Because if you guys notice or not, every time you try to go all in or put a big bag on something, you usually lose. And when you put a small amount on something, you usually come out with the victory. So you already know what to do. Add your boy on Instagram at The B Hayes Show. I love y'all. Join VIP and we gone.